Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create FluentCRM contact on swipe pages form submission. So I have created a lead gen form with the help of swipe pages, and my objective is that whenever I'm going to receive a new lead by that form submission, I want to add that same lead in my CRM application, that is FluentCRM. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between these two applications, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So Pabbly Connect works on two principles, trigger and action. So in trigger, we are going to take swipe pages, and in action, we are going to take FluentCRM. And we will set up a connection between these two applications to automate this entire process. And to learn this entire automation step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to automatically create FluentCRM contacts whenever a new form will be submitted in swipe pages. So I'm using swipe pages, with the help of which I have created a lead gen form. Now my objective is that whenever a new lead will be generated by submitting this particular form, I want to add that same lead in my FluentCRM account. Okay, now I'm going to create an automation for this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So this is the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by tapping this URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. So with the help of Pabbly Connect, basically we can set up a connection between multiple applications without any coding or programming skills to automate all our tasks. Now, after coming over here, we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in. But if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button to create your free new account. Also, when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, because I'm already an existing user, therefore I'm going to click on sign in. This is the All Apps section, where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on Access Now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all our workflows which we have created. And we can also create different folders over here to save our workflows accordingly. Now to create a new workflow, we have to click on this Create Workflow option. And here it is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, I'm going to provide a name to my workflow. Create FluentCRM contact on swipe pages form submission. So after giving this name, here I'm going to select the folder in which we want to save this workflow. So I have created a folder with a name as Automations for Lead Management. I'm going to select this folder, and in this way you can create multiple folders to save your workflows separately. Now I'm going to click on Create. As we have done that, we can see that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. As I told you that Pabbly Connect runs on these two principles. So basically these two are the main concepts, or the building blocks we can say, that on which the entire automation runs. Here the trigger says when this happens, and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Now let's suppose we are going to take swipe pages in our trigger and FluentCRM in our action. And we want that whenever the form will be submitted by a lead in swipe pages, automatically that lead should be added as a contact in FluentCRM. Okay, so here we can clearly see that action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the form is submitted in swipe pages, then only the person who has submitted the form will be added in FluentCRM, otherwise not. So after understanding this concept, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, we will select our trigger application, and that is swipe pages. So let's select that. Now we have to select the trigger event. So trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or start. So new form submission will be our trigger event over here, because we want that whenever the form will be submitted in swipe pages, the response of that form should be captured over here, and with that response the workflow should get triggered instantly. So as we have done that, we can see that a webhook URL is provided to us along with some instructions. So basically we have to follow these instructions step by step to set up a new connection between swipe pages and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so first of all we will copy this URL which is provided. So basically this is a unique URL with the help of which we are going to set up a connection between swipe pages and Pabbly Connect. Now I'm going to take you towards my swipe pages account, and this is the landing page section of my account. Okay, now first of all we have to select our form which we want to connect. So I'm going to select this form. Okay, after coming over here, we can find the option of integration. So let's select integration. Now we have to set up a workflow to set up the connection. Okay, so I'm going to click on this get started. Now with the help of webhook URL, we are going to create a workflow over here, so that whenever the form will be submitted, the response of that form will be captured in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so now we have to go towards this create new workflow option. After coming over here, first of all we have to provide a name to this workflow. Okay, so we are going to give the name as, let's say, new leads. Okay, now I'm going to click on next, and as we have done that, now we have to prepare a workflow. So as we are creating the workflow over here to set up the automation, similarly we have to create a workflow in swipe pages as well to send the response towards Pabbly Connect. Okay, so first of all we have to set the trigger. So on the happening of which event we want to start this workflow, we want that whenever the form will be submitted, we want to start this workflow. So we will simply drag the form submitted option over here. So this is our trigger. Now we have to select the action as well. So when the form will be submitted, what we want to send the response through webhook. So we will select send webhook response over here. Now we are going to set up the connection first of all. So the trigger is connected to action. So whenever the form will be submitted, the response will be sent towards webhook URL. So now first of all we are going to do the setup in the trigger. So I'm going to select form submitted option. It is asking us which page you want to select. So I want to go for selected pages. So I have created this form with a name as connect. I'm going to select this form over here and the form is selected. Now we are going to select the funnel as well. So I'm going to select any funnel over here. Let's click on next, and here the trigger is set up. So whenever the form will be submitted, which form? Connect form, automatically the response will be sent. So where we want to send the response, we want to send the response towards webhook URL. So now for that also we are going to set up the instructions. Okay, so first of all we have to provide the webhook URL. So we will paste a URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Okay, we want the response on this URL. Now the method over here will be post, and these are the fields which we are going to receive in the response. Okay, if you want you can also add any webhook headers in the key and value format. Now I'm going to click on save changes, and here we can see that our workflow is set up successfully. This is our trigger and the action. So when the form will be submitted, the response will be sent. Now we are going to activate this particular workflow. Okay, so the workflow is activated. Now we are going to go back, and we will now go back towards Pabbly Connect. But before that, when I'm going to refresh this field over here, we can see that the workflow with the name as new leads which we have created recently is active. Now we will go back, and here it is showing waiting for webhook response. This means that now we have to do a test submission by submitting the form so that the response of that form could be captured over here in Pabbly Connect. Now I'm going to open my form which I've already connected with Pabbly Connect. This is my form. Okay, now I'm going to enter the details in this particular form to submit it, and as soon as I will do that, the response will be automatically captured in Pabbly Connect. Okay, and because I'm doing a test submission over here, therefore I'm going to enter all the dummy details. Let's start with the first name. Let's say the first name of the lead is dummy and the last name is lead. Now I'm going to enter a random email address. So I've entered the email address dummylead4@pabblytunes.com, and now I'm going to enter a random phone number as well. Okay, now I'm going to submit the form. So the form is submitted. Now let's go back towards Pabbly Connect. We will wait for a few seconds over here. And we can see that we have received the response. In the response, we have received all the details, all the keys and values which we have selected while creating the workflow in swipe pages. Okay, so this is the phone number of the lead, last name, first name and email. All these details are the exactly same which we have entered while submitting the form. So now when we have received this response, this means that our connection between swipe pages and Pabbly Connect is successful. Let's move forward. Now whenever the form will be submitted, the response will be quickly captured over here in Pabbly Connect. Now our objective is to add the lead which is generated from swipe pages by form submission towards FluentCRM as a contact. For that we have to set up the connection between FluentCRM and Pabbly Connect. So as we know that FluentCRM is a plugin of WordPress. Now we are going to go back towards our action step. In our action application, we are going to select FluentCRM. Okay, now we have to select the action event as well. So our action event will be create a contact. Now let's click on connect. Now in order to build a new connection, I'm going to select a new connection over here. If you already have an existing connection, you can also go with that. But because we want to create a new connection, we have to But in order to create a new connection, we have to enter some details: username, password and the site URL. So first of all, I'm going to enter the site URL. So because FluentCRM is the plugin of WordPress, so I'm going to go towards the WordPress site. We will simply copy the WordPress URL over here, and we have to copy this before this -wp admin. So I'm going to copy the URL and paste it over here. Now I'm going to remove the last dash from this URL, and this is the site URL which we have to copy and paste. It is given in the instructions that you do not have to include wp admin. Okay, so we have already done that. Now we have to enter the username and password. So in order to get these details also, the instructions are provided to us. We just have to go towards our FluentCRM account, then we have to go towards settings, and then we have to create a manager. So how we are going to create the manager? For that we have to make a user of WordPress as a manager, and we cannot add the admin of WordPress over here in manager. Okay, so now I'm going to go back towards FluentCRM. Okay, under FluentCRM we can find the option of settings. Let's select that. Under settings, here is the option of managers. Now we have to create a new manager. So I'm going to add my user of WordPress as a manager over here. So we have to click on this add manager button. Then we have to provide the user email address. So I'm going to give the address as, okay, so I've entered the email. Now we have to provide the permissions to this user. So I'm going to select all the permissions, but you can select the permissions according to your choice. And we can see that the manager is added over here. Now we have to go towards REST API. Under REST API, we have to create a new API over here. So let's click on this add new key button, and we have to provide a name to this key. So I'm going to give the name as new leads, let's say. Now we have to select the manager which we have created over here recently in associate FluentCRM manager. Okay, it is given over here that non-admin only. We only have to select the user. So we have added a new manager, dummy user 400@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to select that. Now we are going to click on create. Now we have received the username as well as the password. So we have to enter these details in Pabbly Connect. First of all, I'm going to copy the username. We will paste it over here. And the next is the password. So let's copy that also, and we will quickly paste it over here. Okay, done. Now we are going to click on save. And here we can see that FluentCRM is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. So let's move forward. Here we have to enter the details in these fields to create a contact. So first of all, let's start with the first name. Okay, we have already received all the details from form submission earlier in our trigger response. So we will simply use the same response over here, and we will map the data. So mapping is inserting data from previous step. Here our previous step is given, and here are all the details. So first of all, let's map the first name, last name as well. So when we have mapped this data, it has become dynamic. That means with each and every new response, it is going to be replaced. So now whenever we are going to receive a new response of swipe pages form submission, automatically the details which we are going to map over here are going to be replaced without any manual efforts with the new details. But in case if we will enter the data manually by copy and pasting or by typing, then the data will become static and then it is not going to replace. Therefore, to automate the entire process, we use mapping. Now in the same manner, we are going to map the email as well, and at last the phone number. So this much detail only I have received in my form response. Therefore, I'm going to enter the details over here. But if you want, you can also enter some other details. They are not mandatory, so I'm just going to ignore now. So I'm going to click on save and send test request button. And here we can see that we have received the response. In the response, it is given that this lead is successfully added as a subscriber in FluentCRM. Okay, so now let's go and check whether the dummy lead is added in FluentCRM or not. We will go towards the contact section of FluentCRM, and yes, here we can see that the new lead is added over here recently, dummy lead 4@pabblytudes.com with the name as dummy lead. This means that our connection is absolutely successful. So now I'm going to go back towards my form of swipe pages, and I'm going to submit the form once again with another details, and we will see that automatically with a new detail, a new subscriber or a contact will also be added over here without any manual efforts. Okay, so let's go back. This is my form. Once again, I'm going to enter the details over here. Let's say this time the name of the lead is Smart Lead. I'm going to enter a random email address once again. And here is the random phone number. Okay, now I'm going to submit the form. The form is submitted. So let's go and check on FluentCRM. Okay, I'm going to refresh the field over here. And yes, we can see that Smart Lead is recently added over here without any manual efforts. So we have successfully created this automation. Let's summarize what we have done over here in the workflow. So we have taken very simple steps: trigger and action. In trigger, we have taken swipe pages, and in action, we have taken FluentCRM. And we have connected both of them with the help of Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a new form will be submitted in swipe pages, automatically with that response, a new contact will be added in FluentCRM. So in this way, you can very easily create this automation to add your leads which you are receiving from form submission of swipe pages in FluentCRM. Okay, this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends, and also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.